in the streets, the traffic starts shuffling folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. You just use your mind, but they'll never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5, yeah.
Welcome back to the greatest story ever told about the greatest show we've ever seen, and Tradespotting, where hopes and dreams meet ends and means. Some old buildings mark the year they were built with a stone sign carved above the door. Modern buildings are less sure of the future and their place in it, less able to say with confidence the year of their establishment. They don't have the permanence of, I was built in 1602 and I will stand forever. When we see those markings, though, we don't think of how in 1602 they stood there with certainty of 2023. We think that when that building went up, it was 1602. We think of their confidence in the unknown. We respect their confidence in themselves. I stand in confidence that with your help, what we are building here will last 100 years. And in the year 2021, people will speak of Rocky Outcrop Tradespotting and the names here in the chat box. Honestly, nobody ever gets in touch with me, but that's like ridiculous. Go away and stop annoying me. You know I do YouTube, so thank you very much. And they'll be talking about that. We fought through, did bing bongs. There is no substitute for taking part. Hit the like button, join, and be part of this great story. The greatest story ever told. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll go over to the chart now and deal with these important considerations. This is SPY. We're going to talk about this back, the retracement back towards the PRZ and a potential entry. And we'll look at the open interest, which suggests with a 2.7 put to call ratio that the shorts are a little bit of danger. Thanks, JS. 9.99. Stop loss is meant to do exactly that. Thank you so very much, JS. Really appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Great to see you. Lovely picture. Love your pineapple. We're also going to check in with AMC. High today of 8.19. Tradespotting there with another incredible trade. We predicted 7.77 close, 7.61 high the day, 8.19. Not bad. This most recent Millionaire Maker trade then from the entry there to the top side, you know, about 85%. Right, 85%, not bad after this previous trade of 87%. Whew, Tradespotting doubling your money. Started with 1,000, you had 2, then you had 4. What? Oh my goodness. Yep, that's the way it works on Tradespotting. Thanks so very much, JS. Also, just at the end of the last show, Madria checked in $20. Thanks so much. That was on Friday there. Mr. Live, thanks for SPY and validating my reflections on the chart. Well, here is some more on SPY then. This is what we're looking at, this potential bat. The target 1 off the back of this thing, 50 simple period moving average on the 4 hour up here around 404. That'd be nice to see that go up around there. Might be even be target 2 depending on how you trade that particular thing. That's what we're looking at there, right? That's what we're looking at. And then let's drop up. Let's go back up daily time frame. You just caught the 50 simple here. A little bit of a bounce. Let's see if you exceed that. If you don't, turn off these drawings. You've got this abandoned baby below, and that would be a reversal candlestick formation. You'd look to come back up, fill these gaps, and that would suggest, you know, 408 break above, drawings back on again. You see, nope, you won't see the drawings. Nope, not showing us. Well, let's drop down at the 1 hour time frame, and there they are, lovely drawings. You can see that gap there writ large. It's an important target to aim for. Then back above it, the next one at 408, and then this technical gap in at around 411. You expect price action to do all of that within this Bat Harmonic and then go on further. Could even be a crab, which you could see, I suppose, 2-day time frame. We had this other option out here. And the question, there's the D, the entry point. Question we're asking then on Friday, if you haven't seen that show, is this the bottom? Check it out. It's on the channel there. latest live shows. You have to go live tab to find the latest videos. Otherwise, it's just uploads and uploads. But they're not up to the minute news, aren't they? Not. So you have to watch the live tab, don't you? So this is the Bat Harmonic. Get loads and loads of money watching Tradespotting. It's incredible. Right, so other news today also is the AMC. We maybe want to know, zoom more in, figure out what's going on exactly here in terms of this reaction on SPY and whether or not, like this particular open interest profile here is for expiring the end of this week with the max paying at 405. But like the vast majority, if you look at this chart, you can see the vast majority of that open interest, even that which dictates like in around 405 being max paying, is puts, right? It's all puts. So all these spikes on this are puts. And that's what leaves us with this put to call ratio of 2.7, which is absurd. If you watch along regularly, you'll know that anything over 0.7 is dangerous for the shorts. And it isn't that you would typically find most people's speculation on the stock market to prove to be right? That wouldn't be how stock markets go. They don't exist to prove people right or wrong. They exist to provide liquidity from one place to another, and usually from retail to other people who know better. And that would typically, that liquidity is where the market would like to go, right? It wants to go and get all that money, which is here. This is all shorts that need to close. So the market would like to take all this money. The way it does that is these guys all close. That's all of their triggered, all their stops, all of these open trades here that justify this massive open interest that leans so heavily balanced to the short side. It's the liquidity that the stock market wants, and it doesn't get it by going there. That would give these people the liquidity, all of it, right? And it would seize the markets, so like you might think, wow, that's where all the open is, that's where the no, that would be silly, right? You couldn't go there because then there would be no tomorrow, right? That's everything gone. There's your butter, your bread, everything what you're gonna have for breakfast tomorrow. You just scoff your face. No, come up here, right? And they'll take all your money. Sorry, me. They'll take all your money, and that's what will happen. Yeah, you can't even see my cursor because it's off screen, right? So like, why is that? Like, because the shorts are incentivized to close when price goes beyond their strike, and this is expiring on Friday. Like, that's the way we do these things right here. So because we're looking to what's happening this week's price action. So this week on AMC, then made it back up, and this was an important inflection point, a gap, and we've well and truly went through it at this particular stage. Linear topside resistance on this diagonal. It's a 30-minute time frame, and it's absolutely crazy to be even using this as for illustrative purposes on the internet. But like, there it is, right? And it's managed to touch that area where you would typically expect it to go if it's going to exceed the horizontals, which it did. Right, so AMC, fantastic. I think risk is significantly changed now that it's made it back to that level. If it does want to proceed, the next target, 990, then you're really talking, crazy moves. Break 990, going to $11 plus. Breaks 11, then it's going to go all the way up to $14, $15, which would completely and utterly wreck a number of hedge funds. Yo, Turnip, good to see you. Good to see you. Right, so what else are we looking for here? That was AMC. We'll have to then GME. Here we are. Whoa. So let's go back up to significant time frames and make price action do something other than drown us. Okay, so we need a little bit more detail. You're in this downward sloping formation. There's an awful lot of things going on. I'll just turn that off. Right, so you've managed to lose 50 simple itself below the 200 period moving average. We haven't had the positive moves that we've seen on AMC, right? We have not seen those positive moves. Down 2.25% today at 1910. So, I mean, are you a fundamental analyst? Do you believe in these things? And do you also look at meme stocks? You'll be looking at this and hoping it's a sloppy inverted head and shoulders, that price action would exceed targets of around $28 and push right up to 34. That's what we'd be hoping for. You'd be looking down at the, pardon me, You'd be looking down at this RSI and saying you've lost the center line. Adding that to the moving picture of the moving averages, you'd say probably suggestive of this has been in some sort of a downward sloping trend. You can see that with the lower highs, the lower lows. The negative trend In terms of strength, you're not putting in lower lows right at this instance, and you are at the top side of this particular formation that's going on at the minute, so could be a lot worse, and you're at an important horizontal. So if you hold 19 or 1890, push back up again, then you'll be back above a 50 simple, and having pushed above a couple of times, you know, I think at this stage, which you did break back up above it again, having not managed to penetrate support, then you would target the 200 period moving average. You'd be looking at a $27.50, $28 move. With AMC having made such a big move today and exceeded what was a lot of people's targets at 7.77, does that mean that there's positive inflection for GameStop? Especially if we look at that picture on SPY, and we know that if that SPY is top 500 companies, and it's an index, and a lot of people are holding that, or they've got their own funds tracking that with various reflections of things that are held in it. And, you know, there's the meme stock basket as part of that. You also might be a lot of potential there. They're drawing the drawings back on daily time frame. You've got this, you know, there's an awful lot of different things there. Just drop down to 4 hour. Oh, that double clap, right? So this 50 simple on the 4 hour back up at 21 and change. Price action, if you look left, come in. We've met these previous lows and exceeded them. RSI also has done, so no bullish divergence here. Strength of trends very, very slight, but obviously the negative in ascendancy stochastics not turning around yet. That's not fantastic. We'll just quickly check the 2 hour. You've got some potential in the stochastics themselves. Maybe got a flick of bullish divergence coming up on the 1 hour then based on RSI there, and negative trend still in ascendancy. 1 hour, let's see then. You know, you don't really have that bullish divergence. You're not yet covered your own moving average or outside the bearish control zone. Stochastics, sure, they've turned up, but price action's not done anything. If you turn down again, it just means they're going to head back down. You'll see it at $16 and change. So if that money's coming out of AMC, and it's because there's a bit of a stall and the markets aren't going to recover yet, and we see them chugging along, you know, partly because of the amount of trades that will be driving the market will be shorts, and they're not wanting to, you know, it would be against their wishes that this money would be taken from them. So we'll see how that plays out. It's only Monday yet. And, you know, if price action gets really stagnant and sticks below 398, where it got to today on SPY, 773, if it sticks here, then that'll be with the wash of all of that open interest. That would be interesting, because it means that potentially they're just, you know, rolling those trades further back out rather than closing them completely. So we'll see how that works. And it would have reflection on SPY. You know, if they do start closing, we'll see a lot stronger moves, and price action will push up to those higher targets, you know, not just 404, which is very easy to go to and come back from, but like 411 plus, yeah, pushing towards even 420 wicks. That's sort of crazy targets. That could happen, you know, with that sort of put call ratio, 2.7. I mean, it's not going to be there on Friday at 2.7. So how does it get down, right? Well, it's not with, like, you know, even if it was loads of people going long, that is still all of the trades that would bring a balance to that will mean that would necessitate purchases. Either, you know, open long, open and close. I haven't had my evening coffee. That sounds like a dangerous routine. Sararara. Don't fall for the top chap. Don't top chat. Live chat, that's also a very good option. Top chat's for like the absolute creme de la creme people. So if you're only interested in the absolute, you know, which it could be because you yourself are like Spider Monkey or higher, then that's where you might find like, I only want to hobnob with the best. I found the live stream. Hello, Lady Kim. Yes, it was so difficult to get everything working. YouTube didn't want my notifications. So let me know if you want to see anything. JS, thanks very much. Yes, so that's appreciated. Yo. So I covered a lot of the main things, made the points we needed to. It's Monday. We did it in a nice, fun way. And yeah, here we go. Let me know what you want to see. There's the request format if you have anything you want. I think the call ratio for Friday is down to 2.2 from 2.7 after calls selling off this morning. A little bit then, a little bit. Calls selling off. Calls selling off. Would that necessarily put the call to put ratio from 2.7 to 2.2? Would that not? That would increase it. It would be put selling off. Right? Anyway, pardon me, but I just get your point. It's reduced by a whole 0.5, which is significant. That is interesting, yeah. The fact that SPY went up then today, tested those highs just above 400. We'll have given a little bit of opportunity for that. We'll see if that manages to go through. Like, I suppose if there's more of that on Tuesday, you know, that's when the theta starts really kicking into these guys Wednesday onwards. We'll get more picture tomorrow. But that's handy. Thanks, Luke. Usually put off selling. You put it off, eh? Just put it off till the end of the week. Find out what everyone else does, eh? Probably get out of this all right. Probably. Eh? Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? So this is the format then. And thanks very much for tuning in. Hopefully, if you want to use that link, you can do. Send me a tip anytime. You can become a member of the channel. You can support me on Patreon. For your own best interests, you take the course, www.technicalanalysis.school. And if there's anything you want me to have a look at, just let me know with those links there on the screen and those details. Thanks very much.